Albert Shutt was the Tesla of musical instrument. This lady from Missoula, Montana, sent me this mandolin that belonged to her husband's grandfather, who bought it in 1912 in Topeka, Kansas, by this gentleman by the name of Albert Shutt. She wanted it to be in Topeka, Kansas, where it was made. And it even had the original case it came in, and it was made in Topeka, Kansas by Helmer's Leather. This is the mandolin that was sent. This gentleman also came up with the patent on the concept of how the clip-on tuners work today. They work by vibration, not by actually hearing the pitch of an instrument. So he had that idea all the way back in 1906. Now it is the standard of the industry using that technology. He's the first one to put F-holes in guitars and mandolins. He's the first one to extend the fretboard all the way down here on this mandolin. The instruments made today, they're called an arch top, which is kind of a curved top and a curved back. The way they're made today, they have a machine, they put that wood in, and that machine forms that wood into that shape. So then when they put it all together, they have to put all kinds of bracing in there because that wood wants to go back to its natural shape, and that keeps it in that shape. Well, this particular instrument, this top is a solid piece of wood carved into that shape. The sides are a solid piece of wood carved into that shape. The back is a solid piece of wood carved into that shape. So there's no bracing. We don't need any bracing. The wood's not going anywhere. It is the loudest mandolin you will ever hear in your life. This story has a life of its own, this mandolin does. It's just every day something new comes up. This gets personal with me because the serial number on this mandolin is 2007. That is the address of my store. I'm up at the Righteous Brothers concert at the casino. So while I'm waiting for them to come off stage, a lady's standing there, and I ask her if I can borrow her pen so I can write the information down on my cards to give to these players. Well, just like you, I'm waiting for them to come off stage, so I have to share this story with this lady. And I go, a lady from Missoula, Montana sent me this mandolin that was made in 1912 in Topeka, Kansas. And this lady does not skip a beat. She immediately says, Albert Shutt. And I look at her and go, wow, how did you know that was Albert Shutt? He's my great-grandpa. My wife and I had to switch churches, Countryside Methodist Church. And I'm there and I tell this man the story about it at the church. And he goes, well, we had a Jack Shutt that was a member here, but he passed away 20-some years ago. And I go, well, that's one of his grandsons. And he goes, well, his wife and kids are still members here. Just like Tesla's ideas, he was crazy when he came up with them, and then now they're the standard of the industry. The same thing with Mr. Shutt.
Sudden Nova, sponsored by Home Instead.